Yeah. Be alright, be alright. Life is strange, full of pain. Joy and happiness is all the same. But you have to reclaim. Become your best self. Stop tripping off what people say. Don't you know it's gonna be a brighter day, brighter day, brighter day, brighter day. Lift your hands. Do it, y'all. Come on, better, 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 better. Better days are coming. Better days are coming. Better, 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 better. Taking place, breaking norms, setting trends, wage of the day, uncontained, making space, cultivating grace, yeah. Man, what is going on, everybody? What is going on? Y'all know what it is. It's Wade's Word of the Day. Wade's Word of the Day. Hey, I need y'all to be tagging, texting, and telling somebody. Yeah, go ahead in the space, tag, text, and tell somebody. Tell them to come on in to the space tonight. I'm going to do what I'm asking you all to do. Let me share it real quick and all of that good stuff. Yeah. So as you make your way into the space, make sure that you're tagging and texting and telling somebody. Make sure that you actually like the post itself. That's critically important that you do that. Did you hear me say you need to like the post itself as well? Yeah, so go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and do that as well. Man, excited to be hanging out with each and every one of you on this evening, Friday. You know, we're here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Also, make sure that you get connected with Sundays with LHBC. Sundays, 10:15. Me and the fellas, we come in, a little bit of music, some word, and all of us collectively together. And then make sure you get connected with the Life Center. The Life Center, this is the space where we operate in, where we do all of our give backs and support the community and all of that good stuff. Go over there to all of those pages and make sure that you hit the notification so that every time we go live with some content, you'll be able to receive it first and foremost. All right, I need y'all to be tagging and texting and telling somebody real quick. Everybody hit that stars button. At the beginning, you know what we do. At the beginning of every broadcast now in 2023, 30 seconds. Go ahead and hit those hearts. Go ahead and hit those likes. Go ahead and go crazy with that real quick. Get some things stirred up. Yeah, because when you participate, when you activate, that's how we get this whole thing, this whole ball rolling. So go ahead and do that real quick. Invite some folk into the space. And while you're doing that, you know, you can get some of that swag, that Wade's Word of the Day swag. Go ahead and check it out. Here we go. Are you picking up or putting down? Somebody say hello, feel is home. You know how we do it in this space. We're trying to get our healing. Hey, it's Wade's Word of the Day. 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 Yeah, everybody go out and grab yourself some swag. Yeah, make sure you grab yourself some swag. It's real simple. Go to lhbc.com. On there, we got t-shirts and all of that good stuff. Great, you know, conversation starters and all of that good stuff. Rock you some swag. I got the laptop case, got some t-shirts and some sweatshirts and all of that good stuff. So make sure that you pick up some of that some of that swag as well. Yeah, make sure you do it. All right, tag, text, and tell somebody tonight. Tell them to come on in. Come on in the room. Tell them to come on in the room. That's what we need you to do on tonight. I don't see anybody tagging and texting and telling nobody what's going on. We need y'all to be doing that on tonight. I can't do nothing until y'all start doing that. I can't do nothing till y'all stir up the algorithm and cause some folk to come on into the space tonight. I know it's Friday night and we're not going to be here long. So make sure you holler at somebody, tell them to come on into space. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing the same thing. All right. Here we go. I'm doing the same thing. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right. We see. All right. They're coming. They're coming. We got a wonderful word on tonight. Again, Wade's Word of the Day. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Make sure you tag, text, and tell somebody. Let's go ahead and get started. Man, the fast went so well, we decided to do 10 more days. 5 more days. So if you want to participate in the fast, come on and participate with us. It's really simple. 12 consecutive hours. It's really not about the food. You decide what you're going to eat and what you are not going to eat and all of that good stuff. Example, you can go from 6 a.m., 6 p.m. You figure all of that out. That's up to you. That's fine. All right. So tonight, what I want to simply talk about is friendship. Friendship. I've really been talking about how God did not intend for us to operate in isolation. I know for a long time, folk just made it about me, myself, and I, even as it relates to our faith and all of that particular stuff. But at the end of the day, God never really intended for us to be operating in isolation. What manner of this that he would lay down his life for his friends. That's what we find in the biblical narrative. And there's a reason why there are a million songs about friendship, written about friendships. Why? Because friends are vital to our well-being. I know some of y'all are saying, well, wait a minute. I'm not saying that there is no such thing as toxic relationships and friendships and everything like that. But the reality is, good friends are important and vital to our well-being. And in some cases, creates powerful bonds amongst human beings. Somebody ought to say, I know that's right. I know that's right. Because there is a strong desire for human beings to connect. It's true. It really is. Strong desire for us to find good friends, to have good friends, people who we can check in on, people who we can hang out with, who we can trust, who we can chill with, who we have. Not only do we have their best interests at heart, but they have our best interests at heart. So as human beings, there's a strong desire for us to cultivate connection, to cultivate relationships, to operate in friendships. Matter of fact, there's research that's done on this very topic about friendships, that we were designed to exist in groups. It doesn't matter where you go, church, job. The reality is when people come together, they find their tribe, because we were designed to exist in groups. For early human beings, it was all about what? Survival. So they knew that being out there by themselves could mean death. So they what? Cultivated groups. For what? For protection, for finding food, for survival, all of that stuff. This is where we get that whole adage, there's safety in numbers. Yeah, it's from early human beings gathering together, being around together. There is something critically important as it relates to finding and having good friends. Somebody type that in real quick tonight. Say, yeah, it's important to have good friends. It's important to have good friends. Um, and the benefits of friendship come from what? Uh, from acts of connection, meaningful acts of connection, um, where you celebrate together, where you participate together, where you celebrate each other's successes, you help each other walk through your failures, your shortcomings, your hardships. Um, it's critically important to find some friends. You know, there was a song way back in the day that talked about friends. How many of us have them? Let's be friends, the ones we can depend on. Let's have friends. So we need friendships. And how do you cultivate or nourish lasting friendships? The first thing is number one, here it is. You should be in the business of connecting regularly. That doesn't mean you have to be in each other's face every day of the week, but you should make it a habit to check in. And it can't just be one side. I know a whole bunch of people, they always want you to check in on them, but they never check in on you. That's not a good friend. To cultivate and nurture good friendships, people ought to be checking in on one another, being connected. The only time I say it like this all the time, especially among like church folk, the only time, if the only time you respond is when something is bad and talking about I'm praying for you, then you're not really that good of a friend. Because if you won't be around for my good days, how can I expect you to be really sincere when I'm going through my bad days? People are quick to pop in and be talking about, oh, I'm praying for you. Everybody got a response to that. You ever been in the text group? Folk don't say nothing. But as soon as some going through, oh, praying for you. And I'm like, yo, the only time you respond is when something bad happens. No. Friendships, cultivating relationships. You should be in the business of connecting regularly. And again, that doesn't mean that I have to be in somebody's face every day of the week, but I should be checking in and they should be checking in on me. So there has to be this ongoing care or nurturing of that friendship, right? Simply means reaching out sometimes just simply to say, hey, hi, what's going on? What's happening? What you been up to? How's everything going? Sharing a story, sharing a laugh, right? Talking about how your day went. All of those particular things. It doesn't have to be anything serious. It's just about checking in, and you should be checking in on your friends regularly. Somebody ought to say, I know that's right. And here's the reality. Too many of us don't check in. You know, um, we have too many one-sided friendships. You want me to check in, but you never check in. You want me to look out, but you never look out. You want me to have concern, but you never have concern. Those are toxic friendships. True friendships are mutual connections with individuals desiring that the same design that you would cultivate and share with one another, help one another, celebrate one another, encourage one another. If you have people who you are considering your friends, and then you have a blessing or something good that happens in your life, and they never have a good word, or you believe hey, I need to be doing this and I'm going to step out by faith and do this. And they always trying to discourage you, never, pushing you towards the vision and the purpose and the plan that God has for your life, those are toxic friends. Now, don't get me wrong. Our friends should be able to have the capacity and the ability to speak to us truthfully. You need friends who speak to you truthfully, but at the end of the day, if they are always raining on your parade and they're never checking in and they're never looking to see how you're doing, and then they're quick to get an attitude if you don't check in on them, that's not a mutual friendship. Mutual friendships require that both parties are checking in on one another, making sure that each other is good. Don't have to be long, don't have to be elaborate conversations, but just simply, hey, you good? I'm good, cool. How was your day? How's the family? So forth and so on. Sharing stories, laughing, getting together, at times. But it shouldn't be, a one-sided situation where you're always doing the work and they're never doing the work. We all know somebody who get in their feelings when you don't check in on them, but they never reach out to check up on you. So friendships need to be nurtured. They need to be nurtured. You need to be checking in. You need to be looking out. You need to be seeing about one another. And I'm just in the season of my life, I want to have authentic relationships. I want, folk who participate as I participate, who care as I care, who reach out as I reach out. I don't always want to be extending my energy, because the longer I live, the more I recognize that my energy is important. And I don't want to waste my energy on folk who waste my time. Somebody missed that. Energy, the older you get, the more you recognize that energy is important. And I don't want to waste my energy on people who are wasting my time. In other words, they always want me to be there for them, but they never find the space to be there for me. Those are not authentic relationships. And can I suggest today, just because you see somebody on Sunday in church does not mean that y'all friends. If you are not experiencing connectivity outside of Sunday, y'all ain't real brothers, y'all ain't real sisters, y'all ain't real friends. I'm sorry. Jesus, as it relates to his disciples, he is experiencing them outside of a specific day. Every day they are in commune one with another. They're checking in on one another. They're learning from one another. Where he says, you shall no longer call me the leader, but you shall call me friend. And here's the final word for some people who think they don't need friends. I'm sorry, but you do. You, I, us collectively together, we was not meant to walk out this life in isolation by ourselves. It's a human need to want to have friends, but friendships are not one-sided. It's not you have your way all the time. It's about you two working it out together. It's kind of like ministry. It's kind of like with people. I say it all the time. God gives the vision, but it's worked out amongst people. It's having the capacity to hear one another and listen to one another. It's about wanting what's best for one another, cherishing the moments with one another, and wanting to experience moments with one another. We were built to care. We were built to connect. There's something When Jesus says to Adam, man was not meant to be alone. Oftentimes y'all think about that as it relates to marriage, but that's just in general. We are not meant to walk this life out by ourselves. So find a friend, but you've got to put the work in on those friendships. You got to cultivate them. You got to be willing to show some grace as you expect grace. You've got to be willing to show some mercy as you expect some mercy. And you've got to understand that we human beings, capable of making mistakes, saying some wrong things, doing some wrong things, because we're human. But our bond of friendship causes us to want to cultivate those relationships and strengthen those relationships. Hey, if it's toxic, run. They're not caring. They're not friends. But if you find an A1 from day one who wants to grow as you grow and who wants to build as you build, nourish those relationships. I'm done. I hope that this word has added value to your life on tonight. I really do. I really do. Friday night, I'm kind of in, one of them just want to hear some really good music and all of that type of mood. Remember, Ways Word of the Day, we're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Make sure that you tag, text, and tell somebody. 2023, you got to share. Don't just show up in here for yourself. Tag somebody. Tagging somebody is simple. Just go into the comment section, use the @ thing, start to type their name. Hit send. That's it. Hit those hearts and those likes. Make sure that you hit the hearts and the likes on the post. Everybody got to participate. I come to share a word. You come to listen to a word, but you also come to share as I share. So let's make sure that we do that together in 2023. Sundays with LHBC this Sunday. Make sure that right now, you start right now. Tell somebody, meet you in the virtual sanctuary. Come on, hang out with me and the fellas. Life Center. Get connected. Look for the notifications. See how you can participate. Get activated in the work that we're doing on the ground. On the ground. All right, let's go out this way. Here we go. Let me know how you're feeling it. That's nice right there, right? Hey, Friday night, just lean back, relax. Hey, get some good music. We all here, loving on one another, cultivating relationships and friendships. Man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I really do. Come on, lean back on this Friday night with your boy. Just hang out. Come on, rock your head. Come on. Hey. Yeah. Yeah, let's take it there. All right, all right. Play that thing, play that thing. Yeah. Man, I gotta go. Y'all know what it is. This Wade's Word of the Day. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, we're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night. Holla at your boy. Text me. I can tell somebody. Come on, lean with me. Come on. Hey, laid back Friday night. Love y'all so much. Talk to you real soon. Everybody be well. Come on. Hey. Play that thing. Play that thing. If you're feeling that, want you to go start to those likes real quick. Show your love tonight. We just bob our heads together. Hey. That's what we cultivate in the space. Love. Yeah. Peace. Friendship, relationships. Being connected as a community. Man, I love y'all so much. Hey. I see the baddest man in the guitar land has made his way to the space for the job. I know you over there rocking. Here we go. Hey. Where y'all at? Come on, show some love tonight. If you're feeling this, go ahead and show some love tonight.